We celebrate billionaires, don't we? Their vision, their drive, their globe-spanning empires. But what if the very foundations of that empire are built on secrets, on strategies so controversial they reshape entire societies? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on one of the most powerful and enigmatic figures of our time. Rupert Murdoch. Get ready to challenge everything you thought you knew about wealth, power, and the media you consume every single day. What are the true costs and methods behind building such an empire? Let's find out. Rupert Murdoch wasn't born into the global elite. He inherited a small Australian newspaper from his father in 1952. But from that single seed, he cultivated a relentless ambition. He didn't just want to own a newspaper. He wanted to own the conversation. The media landscape he entered was fragmented, with established, often stuffy, institutions. Murdoch saw an opportunity. He wasn't afraid to be brash, populist, and sensational. He expanded first across Australia, then leaped to the UK, acquiring titles like The Sun and The Times. His formula was simple, but devastatingly effective. Give the people what they want, often mixing entertainment with hard-hitting, politically charged news. His acquisitions were aggressive, often hostile. He bought 20th Century Fox in the US, not just to own a movie studio, but to gain a platform to launch a news network that would change everything. Fox News. This wasn't just business expansion. It was the creation of a vertically integrated machine. Murdoch could now create the news, produce the shows that discussed the news, and own the channels that broadcast it all. This consolidation of power was unprecedented. Now, let's talk about the so-called dark secret. These aren't just business tactics. They're principles that have drawn massive controversy. First, aggressive monopolization. By buying out competitors or driving them out of business, Murdoch's News Corp created media landscapes with fewer dissenting voices. In many cities, his company became the only game in town. This wasn't just about market share. It was about controlling the narrative. Second, using media for political influence. This is perhaps the most significant charge against him. Murdoch has never been shy about using his newspapers and television channels to back political candidates who favor his business interests. His outlets have been accused of launching campaigns against politicians who opposed him, and championing those who would grant him favorable regulations. The Sun's infamous headline, "It's the Sun what won it after a UK election," perfectly captures this self-proclaimed power to sway public opinion and, by extension, democratic outcomes. It blurs the line between journalism and political activism. And then there's the ethical firestorm, the phone hacking scandal. In the UK, journalists at his News of the World tabloid were found to have illegally hacked the voicemails of thousands of people, from celebrities and politicians to a murdered schoolgirl. This wasn't a rogue reporter. It was a systemic practice. The scandal exposed a culture of win at all costs that critics say trickled down from the very top. It led to the closure of a 168-year-old newspaper, criminal convictions, and a massive public inquiry. It raised a terrifying question. What lines will be crossed in the pursuit of a story and market dominance? The impact of these strategies is monumental. Murdoch didn't just build a company. He fundamentally changed the media ecosystem. He pioneered the 24-hour news cycle model that prioritizes speed and opinion over deep, nuanced reporting. This has led to a more polarized, emotionally charged information environment. Critics argue that this model has eroded public trust in journalism and even weakened democratic institutions by creating echo chambers that reinforce biases rather than challenging them. The long-term effect is a society that struggles to agree on a shared set of facts, which is the very bedrock of a functioning democracy. So, what have we learned? The story of Rupert Murdoch is a masterclass in empire. It showcases incredible business acumen, a visionary understanding of media, and an absolutely relentless drive. But it's also a cautionary tale. It forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about the concentration of power. How much influence should one person have over what millions of people see, read, and believe? When does aggressive business strategy cross the line into something that undermines the public good? There are no easy answers. The pursuit of wealth and power comes with profound responsibilities. As we analyze these giants of industry, we must look beyond the balance sheets and stock prices to understand the true cost of their success. What do you think? Is Murdoch a visionary genius or a master manipulator who has damaged public discourse? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to keep exploring the complex mechanics of wealth and power,